Now let's go to Newcastle versus Spurs. Spurs lose.
Woo.
That's what you want, right?
That's what I want.
That's what
Yeah.
you want.
I tell you one thing I told to my colleague who is a Newcastle fan. A 3-0 win to Newcastle.
Whoa.
Why
it
not?
is possible, no? It is possible.
It is possible. A 3-0 win with the squad that they have. Newcastle, although is very what is their standing?
Newcastle?
18? Yeah.
Don't see. 19.
You know,
I think the feeling with the Newcastle fans that I interviewed right recently, the stream Newcastle fans we interviewed. So they have the belief that you have the right players and you don't need to sign big signings yet, right? Slowly build, right, with the new Arab owners. Yeah. But they have the right players, but can the manager manage these players properly? For example, Saint Maxima is actually a winger or a number 9, but in the last game he was played a striker, even though he scored, but that's kind of out of position, you know. So there's a lot of players that, you know, Steve Bruce may not know how to play or are not training properly or even, you know, not playing in the right tactics. That's the problem with Newcastle. So 3-0, even though they have the right player, the wrong manager is at the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how
is it 3-0? Steve Bruce in.
No, the thing is, Bruce has been around. He has been in and out of this sort of, I would say, the relegation team itself. I'm not too sure. This season, somehow or other, I have a feeling that Newcastle is very different.
No, I would expect, right, if you said, okay, Newcastle 3-0 win to Spurs because Kane is nowhere near his old form, or Son is still injured and he's not playing, and Nuno is losing his job because he don't know what he's losing the dressing room. That one I believe.
Then we bring back to a few episodes that we have. Play Son at central, then play Kane on the left. But the thing is, if let's say, the thing is, somehow or other this season, I'm not a Newcastle fan, obviously, but somehow or other I don't know. I'm not too sure whether I spoke to you guys, but I just feel very different about Newcastle. You know,
what different? What do you mean?
Burden. No burden. No more burden. No more money burden. No more money burden.
Because the way they play, they lose, yes, they drew, yes. But the way they play, they are very unlike the 1 or 2 seasons ago, Newcastle. One go up, they start pull back and defend. They still attack. It's very, very reckless for them to equalize. But even with their losses itself, bro, they're what, 3 points and 8 goals negative goal difference.
Yeah.
If you ask me, yeah, it is a lot in 7 games itself, but it's the way the players show in the game itself. Somehow or other, I feel that St. Maximin believe, or maybe they know that the takeover is very soon. They play their best itself. But if you ask me whether the players that they have right now can go to mid-table, they still lack a few more. I to be honest, Phil Jones might be a good signing. Fred, Scott these are free. No, I'm saying as a Man U players.
Maybe you just want to offload your player you don't want.
No.
Okay, maybe Zaka might help them.
Zaka.
Yeah.
No, what I'm trying to say is players like this who have experience in certain level, okay, fit in. But Fred was highly mentioned, whether it's a joke or what. The rebuilding must start somewhere small. When City bought over, they also start somewhere small and slowly they buy bigger and bigger. But with the wealth of the new board itself, do you think that they will buy Fred? No. They'll just go to PSG and buy this 200 million. I pay you.
Sure, no players will want to come to a club that has no Europa, no Champions League. So they don't even want to come to Arsenal. That's why we signed Ben White. That's why we signed Ramsdale.
I tell you, you are wrong.
Money talks.
What about Oscar? Oscar from Chelsea go to China. Why? Because of money. Because the earning is a lot. It doesn't matter 2 years I don't have Champions League. But if I perform well, the coach from Netherlands, the coach from France will still come here and sit in the stand and watch because Newcastle is a star-started team. They may not win this season. They may not win next season. But what about the third season? City won what in the second or third season? You know? So if you ask me itself, why not? Why
So
not buy players?
What do you think, Just?
Oscar going to the Chinese league, I think is a bit off lah. Because at the moment, right, Premier League is Premier League. Okay, if you're talking about the money talks, like what you say, money talks lah. Maybe Oscar going to Chinese league, right? But how long ago has he since been called back for Brazil? You say if he perform, and you want to be called back, example for international games, right? They will only look at the top leagues.
Yeah.
The international manager will only look at the top leagues to see whether you perform at the top leagues. Yes. So at the moment, I feel that at the moment, the one that is very, very dangerous, the precarious seat at the moment is actually Steve Bruce. Because right now, all he has to do is try to get the best position he can get. After that, right, they may straight away fire him. Because the rebuilding will start next season.
I will agree with you. Oscar is not being called. But bro, that is Chinese league. But they have the money to pay him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that now is in Premier League. And when you have the money to pay wages at 200,000 a week, and who won't want to come to a league that can
I think the owner needs to spend the money on the training ground first also lah. No more blow up swimming pool. Because it's not just the players, right? I think for me, this one is just my opinion. I think once you get that right manager, players would want to come because players would observe and say, okay, one is money. Okay, definitely it is a factor lah. Of course, I cannot deny. I agree with James that the money is a factor, right? Second is who is the manager. If you get in Nuno, if you suddenly say, okay, we take in Nuno, no player who has the prospect and say I want to come because of Nuno. Okay, no James Rodriguez would come to Everton without knowing that what Ancelotti is. He knows that Ancelotti is coming. That's why he wants to come as well. So I would say that once Newcastle get that strong manager with the backing of money, then that they can get good players.
I see there's a lot of good managers that is out of job for many, many years. Maybe they are just retiring or something like that. One I have been saying for many years already. No lah, that one is ambassador already. They might as well Alan Shearer. I would say Laurent Blanc. Because when PSG has Laurent Blanc, he has the money to spend, but his players are not expensive. And he is able to win league itself. And if you bring Laurent Blanc to the Premier League and he buy some players to fit in, he may not win the league. That's for sure. Because you have Newcastle, you have City, you have United, you have Liverpool, you have Chelsea. They already buy players. They are in the league, something like that. I would say that Conte don't want to go. Zidane? Is Zidane coming? Is Laurent Blanc coming? I think there is a few managers. I think Thomas Frank was saying if I think Steve Bruce or Ole is going to set either one of them. Either one of club may want to hire him.
Ole?
Yeah, the Ole job is being on the board by the I think by the fans by not feeling
Ole in.
Yeah. I don't want Ole to go out because I think even our greatest, one of the greatest captain say that give him some time. He has the player now. He has to deliver. I don't care whether this season what is the thing. He has to deliver a trophy. It can be Champions League. We've been through the final. We've been to semi-final, being kicked out. We've been through a final. It's just another final, another grade higher from Europa. It's just a 90-minute away from the trophy. You know, a lot of people will say something like this.
It'll be cool though that Ole becomes Newcastle manager.
Yeah, interesting.
Possible.
That'll be interesting.
I think
Joachim Low also unemployed. Joachim Low.
Yeah. At the moment, right, the timeline is very, very big because the owner says that in 10 years they want to win the league in 10 years. So the rebuilding process, right, it's advantageous for Newcastle. Number one, they have the money to spend on the stadium and on the training ground, and that may take at least 2 years, 3 years.
No, just the important thing now is don't get relegated within one season.
That one they included already. The 10 years minus 2 years. Relegated to this year, next year come back. So 8 years left. 8 years. So for them, right, at the moment, I'm not discounting Newcastle fans because they have a very strong fan base. But this is a moment where they can draw in a good manager and there's no pressure because they are not the traditional top 6 for the past decade already. They're not traditional top 6. So if let's say a manager comes in, international manager, world-class manager comes in and start to build slowly, right? There's no pressure on him. He can just buy some players, start to build slowly and all that. And there is like literally not much pressure. And from then,
so will there be pressure in this game against Spurs, especially for Steve Bruce?
It's more for Steve Bruce alone, actually.
Alone,
not pressure for them.
Not the players.
Not the players. I don't think so.
Because you can get fired, right? You can get, we get rid of.
I think Steve Bruce can count himself very lucky. I think we did spoke, even to peers, everybody saying that this is the last week. Once the takeover, we know that his numbers are up. But whether his numbers are up right now is very debatable. I'm not too sure whether I think the with technology, Zoom, all those stuff, maybe he really private jet come to England, quarantine, maybe he quarantine, he cannot, whatsoever. But I don't think so. I think the owners are in England himself. I think he has met.
You're talking about the prince or what?
Prince.
The CEO is the lady, right?
Yeah, CEO is the lady.
But
the prince already separated. The prince.
So now they separately. They separately because they agreed that there shouldn't be any royalty connected to the owners.
Yeah.
So the CEO is the lady.
But the thing is, no matter what, they still have to hierarchy up to the owner itself.
No, the owner is like investor.
It's a consortium. It's a consortium.
But the thing is, if Steve Bruce is still around, maybe Steve Bruce himself handshaking, this is my proposal. Give me to end of the season, I'll prove to you.
Yeah.
If with the money that they have, bro, I can buy a lot of middle range player. All come together. No matter can job, cannot job, you just play. I loan, I buy. Within a month, every day one player. I also got 30 players coming in.
One. The thing is there's only the winter
transfer window.
Transfer window only. There's no 1 month. It's not like every month. It's not FIFA, this month you buy one player, that's month you buy one player.
No. Yeah. No, what I'm trying to say is during the 1st of January to maybe the 31st of January, that period, every day, if let's say they buy one player, loan one player, they can have up to they still can fit in the FIFA financial fair play. All right, don't exceed a certain thing. You know how to cash in and cash because the investment is in right now. And they are one of the biggest investment companies. The investor is one of the biggest in the world. Why not? They're pumping in, they're investing in. I would say that even at 19th place, they can be a challenger for Europa place end of the season. This is how confident I believe in them because of the wealth and the players that want to come to.
You think Newcastle will be higher than Arsenal?
You guys will be in the 6 and 7 position.
Oh, so we
Six.
still inside. Wait.
5, 6, 7.
So we
seven,
below Newcastle. You're saying that we below Newcastle?
No, you're above.
No.
Above.
You're
What I'm trying to say,
and Newcastle.
maybe Liverpool will drop this season.
Oh.
Don't keep on saying my team.
Yeah,
One Mane injured, one
Salah injured.
One that's it.
That's it. Yeah. See?
I now yes, my side is only on defense, but my attacking is still way more than capable itself. Now what I'm trying to say, back to the Newcastle thing is I can't my aim, if I'm Steve Bruce, I'll aim from Europa. I can't aim from championship, I'll aim from Europa. It is still achievable 7 games. Bro, it's 38 games. I should have 31 games.
Correct. Yeah.
I ask you guys one thing. If you are the owner, right, and I know this manager cannot make it one, do you think I will give you money to buy players, or I will give the next manager?
Who want to come to Newcastle? But who want to come to Newcastle at the moment?
That's the thing. At the moment, no. But the thing is, I can save the money and wait for the next season. Next season, new manager comes in, and I pump in the money then.
Bro,
why would I want to give money?
By that time, relegated already. Nobody wants to invest in a club that you get relegated immediately. So 350 billion worth now.
Yeah, but at the moment, right, I think it's more to damage control by Steve Bruce. Instead of aiming Europa, they will just say, you just maintain to stay in the Premier League. That's it.